दोस्तों, कैसे हो आप? आज हम करेंगे एक अनोखी यात्रा। सुबह हम घूमेंगे कला की गलियों में, जहाँ कैनवस पर रंग बोलते हैं, ब्रश अपनी कहानी कहता है और पत्थर भी कहानी बन जाता है। दोपहर डले हम पहुंचेंगे गुड़ियों की दुनिया में, जहाँ हर गुड़िया अपनी अलग पहचान और संस्कृति का रंग दिखाती है। और फिर रात को करेंगे सैर उन सड़कों पर जहाँ बिजली की चमकती रोशनी अंधेरे को मिटाकर त्योहार सा नजारा पेश करती है। तो चलिए इस रंगीन सफर की शुरुआत करते हैं। The origins of CAVA trace back to 1906 when Maharaja Krishnaraja Vadeyar IV of Mysore established the Chamarajendra Technical Institute with its foundation stone laid by King George V. Decades later, based on the recommendations of a committee led by Russian painter Sviatoslav Rorich, the Karnataka state government renamed the institute as the Chamarajendra Academy of Visual Arts CAVA in 1982. Since then, it has grown into a full-fledged government college for visual arts affiliated with the University of Mysore. Here stands the stone carved majestic three-lion emblem, a timeless symbol of strength, pride and heritage. Here comes an inspiring art piece, the Dandi March, a symbol of courage, resilience and unity. In 1930, Mahatma Gandhi led this historic movement against colonial rule, walking miles with followers to make salt, defying unjust laws. This artwork captures not just a march, but the spirit of freedom itself. A stone carved tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, his simple living, the national flag by his side, and the charaka symbolizing self-reliance. Here comes Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, an art piece etched in stone with a ship, plane and a tanker, symbolizing his daring journey for India's freedom. A curious art piece carved in stone, a snail, a slipper, an eagle, and even a three-faced cow. Each detail feels symbolic, inviting us to pause, reflect, and wonder at its hidden meaning. A beautiful display of clay, stone modeling, and rare artworks where tradition meets imagination and every creation carries a timeless charm. Crows are brought to life by the delicate strokes of a pencil sketch, simple yet so full of soul. A serene stone sculpture of a man seated in the garden, and beside it a divine masterpiece of Goddess Saraswati, the eternal mother of knowledge and wisdom. A tranquil flower pond complemented by a beautiful sculpture of a child standing, a tender blend of innocence and artistry. Dasara in South India is not just about grandeur in palaces and processions, but also about a tradition that blooms within homes. The doll display, lovingly called by different names. In Tamil, it is Bommai Golu. In Telugu, Bommala Koluvu. In Kannada, Bombay Habba or Gombe Habba. And in Malayalam, Bomma Kolu. The practice is deeply tied to Saraswati Puja, where knowledge, wisdom, art, and learning are worshipped. Families arrange dolls and figurines on tiered steps, each step symbolizing spiritual progress and the journey towards enlightenment. But Golu is much more than ritual. It is a canvas of stories from mythology, folklore, and daily life. Children learn culture through play, elders pass on tradition, and homes glow with creativity. Interestingly, Golu has also profound connection with agriculture and handicrafts. For generations, this festival supported local artisans whose dolls and toys adorned these festive courts. It became both an economic lifeline and a cultural outlet. Even in a fast industrialized society, communities of craftsmen found new purpose during this season. In Tamil, it is called Bommai Golu, meaning doll decoration. In Telugu, Bommala Koluvu, the court of toys, and in Kannada, Gombe Habba, the festival of dolls. This tradition is an integral part of Dasara Vijayadashmi, where households celebrate Navaratri by arranging dolls, figurines, scenes from daily life, and above all, the divine presence of Saraswati, Parvati, and Lakshmi. On the first day after Ganapati Puja, a ritual called Kalasa Ahvanam is performed at an auspicious hour, invoking the goddesses into the home. Then begins the preparation of the Golu steps, an arrangement of odd-numbered shelves like 3, 5, 7 or 9, draped in bright fabric. These steps come alive with idols and toys, carefully placed with the deities at the very top, symbolizing reverence and devotion. Across the south, each region has its own pride of craft. Tanjavur dolls in Tamil Nadu, Tirupati and Kondapalli dolls in Andhra Pradesh, and Chennapatna toys in Karnataka are cherished creations known for their vibrant artistry and wooden craftsmanship. These not only decorate the doll steps but also carry forward centuries-old traditions of storytelling through art. Equally important is the social spirit. Dasara evenings see friends, neighbors, and relatives visiting each other's homes, admiring the displays, exchanging sweets, singing devotional songs, and strengthening bonds of community. The dolls in a Golu display often portray scenes from Hindu mythology, royal courts, processions, weddings, baby showers, everyday village life, and even miniature kitchens with tiny utensils, resembling the playthings of a little girl. A central tradition is the inclusion of wooden figurines of a bride and groom, known as Marapachi Bommai or Pattada Gombe. These are typically crafted from sandalwood, teak, rosewood or dried coconut and are lovingly dressed in fresh clothes each year before being placed on the steps of the Golu. Thus, Golu is not merely dolls on steps. It is a living festival of devotion, creativity, economy and togetherness, a tradition where worship blends with artistry and art flows into life. Dasara is the festival of light, glory and tradition. In this vlog, I will take you through the dazzling streets of Mysuru and show you why this grand celebration is something you must witness at least once in your lifetime. You may visit only a few circles or roads in Mysuru, but I encourage you to take note and explore each illuminated spot. Mysuru hides its magic in every glowing by lane. Every corner shines with its own story. Yes, there might be a crowd, but that is a part of the charm. And trust me, walking, not driving, is the best way to truly soak in the magic of Dasara lights. You might be tempted to drive through, but let me warn you, you will spend more time honking than seeing. My advice, park it and walk. These lights were not meant to be rushed past. They were meant to be admired, slowly, maybe with a sugarcane juice in hand. बचपन कभी जाता नहीं, सिर्फ चुप जाता है। एक बैलून हाथ में, एक स्माइली हवा में, याद दिलाता है वो मासूम हंसी। और फिर आता है उजाला, दो मशालों का नूर जो अंधेरा मिटाता है। जैसे खुद देवी का प्रकाश जो हर कोने को रोशन करता है। ये खेल सिर्फ खेल नहीं, ये बचपन की मस्ती से लेकर उत्सव की रोशनी तक का सफर है। बैलून से टॉर्च तक, इनोसेंस से रेडियंस तक, यही तो है जिंदगी। एक जश्न जो सिर्फ बाहर नहीं, हमारे अंदर भी जलता है। 2 balloons in my hands, one blue, one red. They rise gently, reflecting the festive glow of Mysuru Dasara. The streets shine bright, every corner alive with beauty, every light carrying centuries of heritage. These balloons remind me our joy, our culture and our celebrations are not just for us, but for a greater cause to keep alive the spirit of unity, tradition and hope. Tonight, as the lights dazzle and the city breathes in festivity, I hold these colors close, symbols of a cause larger than ourselves, floating free, carrying our dreams to the sky. Everyone knows the big spots, but this time try to visit them all. Each circle, each street glows in its own way. And yes, expect a little crowd that say Dasara for you. Skip the car, go on foot or take a tonga like me, because sometimes the slower you go, the more you see. टांगा वाले भी क्या जादू और नजाकत दिखाते हैं। ऐसा लगा जैसे मैं आसमान में हूँ, सितारों के दरमिया बैठा। शाम का वो लम्हा था जब हर नजारा रोशन था, चाहे महल हो या टांगा, दोनों नीली आसमान की तरह प्यार बरसा रहे थे। और हम चल पड़े गलियों की सैर करने, उन मोड़ों से गुजरने जहाँ हर कोना विरासत की एक कहानी सुना रहा था। Even the Tonga riders weave such magic and grace. It felt as if I were sitting in the sky among the stars. It was that evening when every sight sparkled, be it the palace or the starry Tonga showering love like the blue sky. We set off to wander the streets before they lit up, where every turn held a tale of heritage. As we cruise through Mysuru's well-lit avenues, here comes the iconic 100-feet road. With its wide lanes and strategic location, it connects some of Mysuru's important neighborhoods and institutions, a modern artery in the heart of a heritage city. Now we enter Agrahara. Agrahara was built as a community settlement during the Vadayar era, a place where scholars, priests and families lived in closely knit clusters of houses. Here we are at B.R. Ambedkar Circle in Rajiv Nagar, a proud landmark in Mysuru. At its heart stands the statue of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, the architect of India's constitution and a voice for social justice. Set in Gandhi Nagar, this circle is more than just a traffic hub. It is a symbolic crossroads connecting key roads and echoing the values of equality and progress. Standing tall at the town hall premises is the marble statue of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, officially unveiled in 2009. This statue is not just a tribute in stone, it honors his unwavering fight for social justice, equality, and his monumental role in shaping the Indian Constitution. A serene presence amidst Mysuru's cultural heart, it reminds us of the ideals we continue to strive for. We now arrive at Ashoka Circle, locally known as Ballal Circle, a historic landmark nestled between Kuvempu Nagar and the Mysore Palace. This spot carries echoes of Mysuru's royal past. It once lay along the original Dasara procession route, used until 1968. Part of the legendary Ashoka Road, one of the city's oldest thoroughfares, the circle also marks the location of the once famous Ballad Hotel, a cherished memory for many Mysoreans. As we pass through CFTRI Road in Devaraja Mohalla, we step into a space where science meets legacy. This road is home to the Central Food Technological Research Institute, or CFTRI, established in 1950. What was once a quiet residential area gradually transformed into a center for innovation, thanks to the institute's pioneering work in food technology and research. It is not just a road, it is a pathway that led Mysuru into the world of scientific progress. CFTRI Road in Devaraja Mohalla turns into a glowing passage of celebration during the Dasara nights. The arches across this road are brilliantly illuminated, casting soft, colorful hues on the path ahead. At the center, the lights converge with striking brilliance, making it a visual anchor that draws every passerby's attention. Even the roadside trees sparkle, wrapped in strings of lights that sway gently with the evening breeze, creating a magical rhythm of light and shadow. This road is not just about beauty, it carries significance. It houses the iconic Central Food Technological Research Institute, established in 1950, a landmark that helped shape Mysuru's reputation in scientific progress. Over the decades, the area around CFTRI Road has evolved. Once primarily residential, it now includes bustling commercial complexes, local eateries, and daily shoppers, giving it a vibrant, lived-in feel. But during Dasara, something changes. The daily bustle passes just a little longer. People walk slower, soaking in the lights. Families gather, children giggle, under glowing arches and cameras flash as the road transforms into a festive corridor where science, tradition and celebration meet under Mysuru's illuminated sky. This is Vishveshwaraya Circle, once known as the Ayurvedic College Circle, renamed to honor Sir M. Vishveshwaraya, the legendary engineer, statesman and Diwan of Mysore from 1912 to 1918. Located just opposite the Government Ayurveda College and Hospital, the circle pays tribute to a visionary who shaped the modern Mysuru. His crowning achievement, the Krishnaraja Sagara Dam, still stands tall across the river Kaveri, a living testament to his brilliance and service. A Bharat Ratna, Sir M.V., continues to inspire generations across the nation. Behold the gateway of Chamundi Hill, a splendid arch that glistens in vibrant shades of green, red, yellow, maroon and blue. Every curve is lit with grace, and on its walls replicas of temple bells and a divine charm. It is not just an entrance, it is a glowing tribute to the goddess who watches over Mysuru from above. As we ascend the sacred path to Chamundi Hill, the journey is lit, quite literally, with the divine presence of Chamundi Ma in many radiant forms. Each bend of the road unveils a new depiction, glowing in hues of gold, red, violet and emerald, where the goddess takes on her powerful avatars. She is Mahishasura Mardini, the fierce vanquisher of evil. She is Durga, the mother of strength and compassion. She is Shakti, the energy that moves the cosmos. These luminous tablets, created with vibrant lights, are not just visual delights, they are reminders of her constant watch, her protection, and her grace. Through every flicker, every form, she walks with you, from the foothills to the very shrine that crowns Mysuru. Crowning Chamundi Hill is the ancient Gali Mantapa or watchtower, now bathed in brilliant yellow glow. Built in the 19th century, this historic gopura stands tall, its stone pillars now adorned with glowing circular lights. The illumination brings out its timeless beauty, turning this quiet sentinel of the hills into a radiant landmark under the night sky. At the summit of Chamundi Hill stands the iconic Mahishasura statue, now glowing in a vibrant play of colors. From deep reds to dazzling blues and golden hues, the Demon King is illuminated like never before, a powerful symbol of the eternal triumph of good over evil, shining bright under the Mysuru night sky. Bathed in soft, elegant lights stands the marble statue of Jayachamrajendra Vadiyar, Mysuru's last Maharaja and a true pattern of art, music and progress. The illumination adds regal charm to his dignified presence, honoring a ruler who gracefully bridged the royal era with modern India. As we near the Chamundeshwari temple, the entire pathway sparkles with brilliant lights, turning the journey itself into a celebration. The Dasoha Bhavan, glowing in vibrant colors, draws every eye. It is so captivating, even the most devoted pause, not just to pray, but to capture the moment with a smile and a selfie. The Gopura glows in brilliant yellow hues, while the beautiful chariot stands proudly by its side, capturing every devotee's aim. This magnificent site has roots in the early 1800s when Krishnaraja Vadayar III built the Gopura with golden finials. In 1827, he initiated the grand temple festivals and processions, and in 1843 gifted the very chariot that still stands here today, a glowing legacy of royal devotion. In keeping with age-old tradition, the beautifully decorated Utsava Murti, the festival deity, is placed in grand chariot and installed upon a vibrant bed of flowers, marking the spirit of celebration. This moment leads into Teppotsava, the annual float festival that follows Dasara, adding devotion and divine spectacle to Mysuru's festive calendar. The grand Teppotsava chariot is a spectacle in itself, adorned with floral motifs and flanked by two sculpted horses galloping on either side. These horses symbolize momentum and devotion, carrying the festive spirit forward. During this sacred season, devotees spring toward the Chamundi temple in great numbers, drawn by faith, tradition and celebration. The entrance Gopura of the Chamundeshwari temple stands magnificently lit, radiating golden light that touches the hearts of every visitor. It marks the sacred threshold where devotion deepens and the divine presence begins. Alongside the Chamundeshwari temple, there are two other sacred shrines atop the hill, one dedicated to Narayana Swami and the other to Mahabaleshwara. Their pathways too are brilliantly lit, guiding devotees through a serene and radiant spiritual trail under the festive sky. The sacred Nandi bull, guardian of Lord Shiva, is beautifully replicated in glowing circular yellow lights. This radiant depiction adds depth and reverence to the hillside path, a luminous tribute to one of Mysuru's most iconic and beloved symbols. The vintage Commissioner's office dazzles in cascading yellow lights, a regal touch to Mysuru's Dasara nights. The Mysuru City Corporation Circle dazzles with golden light cascades, wrapping the space in elegance, crowned by 5 vintage lamps that glow like sentinels of the city's heritage. The Mysuru City Corporation building was constructed during the reign of Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadayar, with its foundation laid in 1921. Its architecture reflects the regal charm of the Mysore Palace, especially the signature domes that crown its top. During Dasara, the entire structure is bathed in vibrant hues of red, blue and yellow, turning this heritage site into a radiant symbol of celebration. The Zilla Panchayat office on Boulevarde Road dazzles in a medley of festive lights, as do the law courts nearby. The district and session courts of Mysuru, once known as the Ashtagrama division, was formally shaped by notifications in 1869 and 1879. This majestic colonial era structure, with its prominent arches, now comes alive in a brilliant play of colors, echoing the grandeur of Dasara. Krishnaraja Boulevarde, also known as KR Boulevarde, is a significant and historic road in Mysore. It is known for its dual carriageway, historic buildings and flowering trees. It was developed during the time of Maharaja Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadayar, with tree-lined stretch and colonial-style buildings reflect the city's royal past and urban planning inspired by European boulevards. The Kautilya Circle lies directly in front of Crawford Hall, the administrative headquarters of the University of Mysore. It is named after Kautilya or Chanakya, the ancient Indian economist, strategist and royal advisor of the Maurya Empire. Radhakrishna Avenue is likely named after Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, India's first Vice President and second President. Once the British Commissioner's Office, the Mysore DC office, also known as Atara Kacheri, was established in 1887 and still stands as a pillar of colonial era governance. Crawford Hall, established in 1947, serves as the administrative headquarters of the University of Mysore, named after Crawford brothers who were alumni of Mysore University, originally from England, reflects the grandeur of Mysore's academic and architectural heritage. Ramavilasa Road, one of Mysuru's oldest heritage roads, comes alive during Dasara with glowing archways. Dasappa Circle, named after H.C. Dasappa, a freedom fighter and former union minister from Kuru, stands lit in celebration, marking the cultural pulse of the city. Welcome to one of the busiest and most iconic stretches of Mysuru, D. Devaraja Aras Road. But who was Devaraja Aras? Born in 1915 in Kalhalli village near Hunsur, D. Devaraja Aras rose to become one of the Karnataka's most influential leaders. He served as Chief Minister from 1970 to 1980 in 2 terms and is remembered for his people-first governance. He championed inclusive development, pushing policies that brought government closer to rural households, strengthened farmers, expanded access to education and basic services, and encouraged broader participation in public life. His administration's reform measures gave momentum to land, agrarian, and social initiatives that reshaped Karnataka's countryside and laid groundwork for long-term growth. For his connect with ordinary citizens, many fondly called him Jananayaka, the people's leader. Mysuru honors him with this vibrant commercial corridor that bears his name. Developed and formally named in the 1980s, Devaraja Aras Road quickly became the city's retail backbone, lined with fashion stores, textile houses, electronics showrooms, jewelers, cafes, and everyday essentials. It is where festival shoppers, students, and families all cross paths. During Dasara, the road transforms, shopfronts glow, arches are lit, and the evening air fills with color, chatter, and camera flashes. What feels like a shopping street by day becomes a river by light by night. So, as you walk this stretch, take a moment to look up from the displays. You are walking a road named for a leader who believed growth should reach everyone, a legacy that still runs through the heart of Mysuru. ऊपर से गिरते चांद जैसा एक सुनहरा किरण मन को छू जाए, लगता है ये धरती का नहीं अंबर का द्वार है. Like a golden ray descending from the moon above, it touches the soul, making one feel this is not a gateway of the earth, but one that leads to the heavens. Stretching through the heart of Mysuru, DC Office Road carries a legacy that dates back to the British era. This road leads to the old Deputy Commissioner's office, once the British Commissioner's seat, famously called the Atara Kacheri, meaning 18 departments. The building itself is a colonial relic known for its arched verandas and symmetrical red brick structure, a quiet witness to the administrative evolution of Mysuru. Today, the road remains an arterial link connecting railway offices, educational institutions, and government departments. Flanked by pine trees and lined with heritage, DC Office Road blends the old and the new, where colonial corridors meet modern civic life. Walk it slowly, and you are not just crossing a road, but a slice of Mysuru's governance history. At the heart of Mysuru's royal route lies the gunhouse circle. During Dasara, this circle comes alive with stunning light replicas. 3 majestic elephants glowing under the night sky. The central elephant carries goddess Chamundeshwari in the famed golden howdah, flanked by symbolic tributes to Mysure's royal lineage. On one side, we see Jaya Chamaraja Vadayar, the 25th and last ruling Maharaja who led Mysore from 1940 to 1950 and was instrumental in integrating the princely state with independent India. On the other, Krishnaraja Vadayar IV, the Rajarshi who reigned from 1884 to 1940, a visionary leader who transformed Mysore into a model state. Further back in time stands Mummadi Krishnaraja Vadayar, who ruled from 1794 to 1868, remembered for his patronage of art, culture and architecture. And beside them, Kempananjamani Vani Vilasa, the Queen Regent between 1894 to 1902, whose strength and statesmanship guided Mysuru during a crucial transition. The name gun house originates from the Royal Armory, once located nearby, where cannons and firearms were stored for ceremonial and defense purposes. Named after Acharya Vinoba Bhave, a saintly freedom fighter and founder of the Budana movement, Vinoba Road reflects the spirit of peace and social reform. Today it is a bustling stretch connecting Mysure's commercial and civic heart. Diwan's Road gets its name from the esteemed Diwan's prime ministers who once served the Mysore kingdom with distinction. This historic stretch was home to key officials and administrative buildings. Today, it bridges Mysuru's royal legacy with a vibrant urban life lined with shops, eateries and old-world charm. Gangotri Campus Road winds through the heart of Manasa Gangotri, the serene postgraduate campus of the University of Mysore. The university itself was founded on July 27, 1916 under the visionary leadership of Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadayar and Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, making it India's 6th oldest university and the first to be established outside British rule. Puttu Gopala Krishna Shetty Circle honors a devoted public servant and philanthropist of Mysuru, remembered for his civic contributions. Nearby, Jagjivan Rao Circle is named after a respected administrator from the princely era, linking Mysure's past with its evolving cityscape. Standing tall in grace, this majestic archway marks the entrance to the government guest house built during the colonial era. Chamarajendra Circle, also fondly known as Statue Circle, stands as one of Mysuru's most iconic and enduring landmarks. Established in the year 1920, this majestic circle marks the northern entrance to the Mysore Palace and pays tribute to one of the city's most visionary rulers, Maharaja Chamarajendra Vadayar X. Standing in royal attire with a poised and dignified expression, the statue reflects not only regal presence but the progressive ideals the Maharaja stood for. A patron of education, sports and the fine arts, he was instrumental in ushering Mysuru into an age of enlightenment and civic reform, a king who blended grace and governance. The statue was originally sculpted by British artist Robert Colton, but it was Indian sculptor G.K. Matre who later refined the facial features to more closely resemble the Maharaja, giving it a truer sense of character and presence. The structure encasing the statue with its arched canopies and elegant dome is a beautiful representation of Indo-Saracenic architecture, harmoniously merging Indian detailing with European design principles. Initially known as Statue Square, the place eventually took the name Chamarajendra Circle in honor of this progressive monarch. Jayachamrajendra Vadiyar Circle, formerly known as Harding Circle or Gate, is more than a bustling junction. It is a place where Mysuru's colonial past and royal heritage meet. Located near the Mysore Palace, this intersection connects 6 key roads and has long been a heartbeat of the city's landscape. The circle was originally named after Lord Hardinge, the then Viceroy of India, who visited Mysore in 1913. As a mark of honor, the intersection was christened Harding Circle and featured a beautiful ornamental fountain at its center, a graceful landmark in a city known for its aesthetic charm. Over the decades, however, the fountain was dismantled and the circle's colonial legacy slowly faded, yet the name Harding Circle lingered in local vocabulary even as Mysuru evolved. In 2016, the city was transformed once again. The site at this time to honor the last Maharaja of Mysuru, Sri Jayachamrajendra Vadiyar. A majestic 28-ton life-size statue was installed, crafted by Mysure's own Arun Yogiraj, a noted sculptor. Built at a cost of Rs 5 crore in the Indo-Saracenic style, the statue stands as the third largest in the city. Jayachamrajendra Vadiyar is remembered not just as a king, but as a musician, sportsman, and a patron of modern Mysore. This lively statue feels like gesture of blessing and radiates both dignity and grace. Today, the circle comes alive during festivals like Dasara as vendors, lights, and joyous crowds fill the space. Yet it remains a symbol of Mysuru's layered identity, where fountains once danced and now a king watches over, silently narrating the city's enduring legacy. As dusk falls, JK Grounds Auditorium dazzles in golden yellow lights, casting a royal glow over the night. Just ahead, JLB Road transforms into a corridor of celebration adorned with stunning archways of light, each one a gateway into Mysuru's festive spirit. Maharana Pratap Circle dazzles with cascading arrays of lights, each wave shimmering in celebration. At the side stands a radiant replica of Ma Chamundeshwari, glowing with divine grace, watching over the city she protects. Sir Maddur Kantrajaras Road stands as a tribute to the visionary statesman and reformer. Born in 1870 into the Madduraras branch of the Kadale Vadayar dynasty, Kantrajaras was the younger brother of Maharani Kempananjammani Devi. A brilliant scholar, he graduated with distinction from Madras Christian College, becoming the first from the Alsu community to do so. His career in public service began in 1894, and soon after he became the trusted special assistant and private secretary to the Queen Regent, his own sister, after the sudden demise of Maharaja Chamaraja Vadayar X. In 1918, he rose to one of the highest positions in the Mysore state, becoming the 20th Diwan, succeeding none other than Sir M. Vishweshwaraya and serving the progressive reign of Maharaja Krishnaraja Vadayar IV. Today, this road not only bears his name but also carries forward the legacy of a man who bridged royalty with reform and tradition with service. Sir Maddur Kantrajaras belonged to a Maddur Aras branch of the Kadale Vadayar dynasty, a distinguished lineage of the Mysore royal family. The title Aras denotes nobility and administrative prestige, while Kadale refers to an ancestral royal seat. His family, originally rooted in the town of Maddur, was deeply connected to the Vadayars through both bloodline and service, marking him as both a royal and a statesman. Nestled beside the serene waters of Kukkarahalli Lake on Hunsur Road, right opposite the Deputy Commissioner's bungalow, stands a vibrant cultural landmark, Kala Mandira, the very temple of art. This lakefront location is more than just scenic, it is alive with energy. Morning walkers, artists, thinkers, and those simply seeking solace. But hidden in plain sight is a story that shaped the cultural pulse of Mysuru. The credit for envisioning Kala Mandira goes to a visionary leader, R. Gundu Rao, former Chief Minister of Karnataka. A Mysorean by education and heart, Gundu Rao believed that Mysuru must be a nucleus for art, culture, drama and expression. He imagined a grand venue where theatre, classical dance, folk art and intellectual thought could come alive under one roof. His dream took shape when he sanctioned the land for this project during his tenure. Though he could not see it completed in his time, the building was finished in 1985 under the leadership of then Chief Minister Ramakrishna Hegde. Today, Kala Mandira stands as a cultural sanctum. Its red-faced, spacious auditorium and landscaped surrounds becoming a symbol of creative dialogue. But that is not all. The establishment of Ranga Samaja in 1994 marked a turning point in Mysuru's theatre scene. With the support of passionate artists and administrators, Rangayana, the resident repertory, was elevated to national stature. Ranga Samaja did not just manage, it transformed. It brought vision, structure and prestige, making Rangayana comparable to India's premier theatrical institutions. Kala Mandira, with Rangayana by its side, is no longer just a venue. It is a heartbeat of Kannada culture, echoing with the voices of playwrights, the rhythms of Yakshagana and the spirit of Karnataka's folk traditions. From the calming ripples of Kukkarahalli Lake to the powerful silence before the curtain rises at Kala Mandira, this stretch of Mysuru continues to nurture the soul of art, a tribute to R. Gundu Rao's dream, still glowing. In the heart of Mysuru stands a tribute to one of India's greatest kings, Krishnaraja Vadayar IV, the 24th Maharaja of Mysore, who reigned from 1902 to 1940. He was revered as a Rajarshi or saintly king, a title given by Mahatma Gandhi in 1925. Philosopher Paul Brunton saw in him the embodiment of Plato's ideal ruler. Herbert Samuel compared him to Emperor Ashoka. At the Round Table Conference in London 1930, John Sankey proclaimed, Mysore is the best administered state in the world. His reign is fondly remembered as Golden Age of Mysore. Madan Mohan Malviya called him Dharmik, and American writer John Gunther hailed his wisdom and leadership. He remains immortalized as the father of modern Mysore. Before his statue, the site was home to the Elgin Fountain, built in 1895 to honor Lord Elgin, the then Viceroy of India, who visited Mysuru to console the royal family after the passing of Maharaja Chamaraja Vadeyar. Years later, in 1952, the statue of Krishnaraja Vadeyar IV was unveiled by Sir M. Vishweshwaraya, Mysore's legendary Diwan and engineer. It was then that the place was renamed Krishnaraja Vadeyar Circle, now fondly known as KR Circle. Today, it is more than a junction. It's a symbol of vision, virtue, and the regal legacy of Mysuru. In the heart of Mysuru stands one of the city's oldest and most trusted institutions, the Krishna Rajendra Hospital, affectionately called Doddaspatre by locals. While the hospital we know today took shape gradually, its root dates back to 1878 when the original building was constructed. By 1918, a new, grander structure arose, which now stands as a heritage monument, a symbol of Mysuru's commitment to healthcare. In 1927, to commemorate the silver jubilee of His Highness Maharaja Krishna Rajendra Vadeyar Bahadur, an outpatient dispensary was added. Have you ever wondered where the name Ramavilasa Road comes from? It is believed that the origins of Ramavilasa Road trace back to a regal legacy, one that whispers through the lanes of Mysuru even today. Some say the name honors Her Highness Saubhagyavati Maharani Shri Ramavilasa Sannidhana Chelvamba Devi Ammanni Avaru, whose grace and presence left a quite yet enduring mark on the city's cultural fabric. Others suggest it may reflect the memory of her daughter Ramavilasa Kempa Chamammanni, carrying forward a lineage rooted in dignity, strength, and refined tradition. In the 19th century, Mysore witnessed the rise of Agraharas, royal settlements shaped with architectural grace and cultural purpose. These were more than residences. They were expressions of Mysuru's evolving identity, often named in reverence to queens and noble women. Ramavilasa Agrahara, nestled within this era of thoughtful urban planning, gradually gave rise to what we now know as Ramavilasa Road, a street that is not merely a thoroughfare but a testament to feminine grace and royal memory, a poetic trace of history embedded in the city's everyday rhythm. Next, we move on to one of the glowing highlights of the Dasara festivities, Millennium Circle, also known as LIC Circle, right here in Banni Mandap. Watch closely. A Bharatanatyam dancer appears in full pose, frozen in luminous stillness, yet radiating movement, rhythm, and cultural pride. Then, the mighty Golconda Fort rises through light, its architectural strength brought to life in flickering grandeur. And how can Mysuru ever forget its crown jewel, the Mysore Palace, regal, golden, glowing, standing majestically even in its digital avatar. These installations don't just light up the streets, they light up stories, they light up memories. People gather here, families, children, elders, phones out, eyes wide, hearts full. For a moment, everyone slows down to admire not just the artistry, but the identity that binds them to this land. In these brilliant displays, Dasara spirit sparkles, lively, proud, and breathtaking. Welcome to LIC Circle, where illumination becomes emotion. चमकती रोशनियों में था एक सपना सा महल, मैसूर पैलेस की झलक जैसे सितारों का पल। फ्लिकर करता था और रेप्लिका लहराता था नूर, जैसे रात एक ख्वाबों से हो जाए रोशन जरूर। और फिर चमके चांदी से पुल खिलते हुए हवाओं में, जैसे किसी ने उजाले से बना दिया हो बाग एक रातों में। ये रोशनी सिर्फ बिजली नहीं थी, ये था एक जज्बा, मैसूरू की शाम में छुपा था हर रोशनी का अफसाना। This is no ordinary circle. It's a festival of identity, a place where culture, history and celebration intertwine through pixels and brilliance. Children marvel, elders reminisce, tourists pass, locals well with pride. This is Banni Mantap's illuminated canvas. This is Dasara's glowing heartbeat. And wait, there is more. The iconic Hampi stone chariot, a timeless emblem of Karnataka's architectural marvel, reborn here in light, ethereal yet grounded in centuries of legacy. Alongside bold and dynamic Yakshagana postures strike dramatic silhouettes, celebrating Karnataka's rich tradition of storytelling through dance and theatre. As we move ahead from Millennium Circle, we glide into the luminous stretch of Nelson Mandela Road leading into Banni Mantap, a corridor that comes alive in the heart of Mysuru's Dasara nights. Overhead, a radiant arc of lights drapes the entire road, waves of color, rhythm and movement, as if the sky itself joined in the celebration. The air is festive, vibrant. Balloon vendors line the pavement, their colorful clusters swaying gently in the breeze like dreams on strings. Vehicles crawl forward in a glowing parade, headlights merging with fairy lights, creating a hypnotic stream of motion. This is Banni Mantap during Dasara, a night to remember. MG Road dazzles in a cascade of headlights and colors, bustling traffic weaving past the glowing arches. Across the skyline, giant wheels at the exhibition grounds rotate in rhythm, a carnival of motion lighting up the Mysuru night. Bhagwan Buddha Circle dazzles in a serene wash of green light. Beneath a beautifully crafted canopy, the statue of Buddha sits in deep meditation, a symbol of peace and inner calm, glowing amidst the festive Mysuru night. Mall of Mysore shines majestically in deep blue hues, casting a royal glow over the night. An elegant arc welcomes visitors, adorned with brilliant spherical lights, floral motifs, and fluttering butterfly designs. It is more than just a illumination. It's a graceful dance of colors and creativity that adds charm to Mysuru's vibrant nights. Slow down just a little and you will find Manovana Park, a peaceful sanctuary nestled in the very heart of Mysuru. tucked between Vani Vilasa Double Road and shaded by the stately Chamaraja Boulevard. This park whispers stories of a city that is both historic and humble. Locals still fondly call it Court Park or Rani Park, names echoing from the time when royal courts and noble walks once graced its paths. Spread across 2 serene acres, Manuvana offers a moment of calm amidst the city's vibrant pulse. Towering trees stand as silent sentinels, and the gentle rustle of leaf feels like nature's own lullaby. During Dasara, the entire park awakens with a new rhythm. Dazzling lights wrap the trees, arches glow in festive colors, and the entire space transforms into a glowing garden of celebration. Families stroll, children play under the sparkling canopies, and the scent of street food lingers in the cool night air. But beyond the glow and grandeur, Manuvana still holds its core identity, a place to pause, to breathe, and to remember the old world grace of Mysuru. In the quiet corners of this park, history and simplicity bloom side by side. At the bustling crossroads of Mysuru, where past and present collide, stands the iconic highway circle, officially renamed the Maulana Abul Kalam Azad Circle, but still fondly remembered by many as Elephant Circle. Tonight, it dazzles like a festival of lights, arcs of golden yellow, streaks of sapphire blue, and intricate lightwork casting a radiant glow on the circle's every curve. As vehicles weave past in the endless motion, their headlights blend with the illumination, creating a moving canvas of color and energy. Each passing scooter, car, and bus seems to dance in rhythm with the city's pulse, while above them, this glowing circle holds its composure, a beacon of elegance amid the rush. Nestled at the bustling highway circle, Putali Park is a quiet gem often overlooked by the city's rush. Though small in size, it offers a serene retreat with a central mandap that adds a touch of elegance to the space. Located just a stroll away from the landmarks like St. Philomena's Church, this peaceful green patch is cherished by locals and wandering tourists seeking a breath of calm. While it may not boast an elaborate history, Putali Park whispers charm through its simplicity, a humble oasis in the heart of Mysuru. Once known as Metropole Circle, this prominent junction on JLB Road was renamed in honor of Field Marshal K.M. Karyappa, the first Indian Commander-in-Chief of the Indian Army. Hailing from Kodagu, Karyappa was a symbol of discipline, leadership, and patriotism. Renaming this circle was not just a change in signage, it was a tribute to a legacy that shaped India's military history. Established in 1924, Mysore Medical College is one of the oldest medical institutions in India and the first in Karnataka. Founded during the reign of Nalvadi Krishnaraja Vadeyar, it symbolized Mysuru's progressive vision in healthcare and education. Over the decades, MMC has shaped generations of doctors and continues to uphold a proud legacy of service, science, and scholarship. As you approach the north gate of Mysore Palace, you are welcomed by a regal frame of Indo-Saracenic architecture, graceful arches, ornate pillars, and intricate floral motifs whispering tales of a bygone era. Unlike the grand east gate reserved for dignitaries, the north gate has long served as the public entrance, especially during Dasara festivities when lakhs of devotees gather to witness the royal procession and palace illumination. Framed by lush lawns and flanked by security pavilions, this gate once opened its arms to royal subjects, artisans, and pilgrims alike. It faces the Jayamartanda Gate on the east in alignment, forming the central spine of the palace layout. Today, the north gate offers a unique view of the palace dome rising majestically behind, a perfect blend of accessibility and grandeur. With bustling traffic weaving its rhythm, Nilgiri Road unfolds like a vintage corridor through Mysuru's heart. Down its center, a row of decorative lamp posts, elegant and old world, cast golden glows beneath the bright sky. Either side of the road comes alive in hues of deep purple and mellow yellow as falling lights gently wash over passing vehicles and fluttering tree canopies. It is not just a road, it's a passage in time. This serene stretch, alive yet calm, continues all the way to Nanjangud, Gundlupet, and eventually the cool misty hill of the Nilgiris, a beautiful vintage path linking temple towns to tea gardens, tradition to tranquility. The South Gate Palace Road glows with grace, immersed in arcs and rows of golden yellow lights. It transforms into a brilliantly lit avenue after dusk. The luminous curves trace the path with elegance, reflecting Mysuru's royal charm in every frame, a radiant road that feels like a tribute to tradition dressed in light. At the heart of Mysuru's royal avenues lies Fountain Circle, also called Elgin Fountain, an exquisitely carved fountain that traces its origin to the British era. Once situated at KR Circle and later near Dhanvantri Road, it now stands proudly here. Fish grace its five corners, birds perch at the middle, and a toy crowns at the top, making this not just a traffic junction but a timeless sculpture surrounded by arcs of elegance and Mysuru's enduring heritage. This is also once called Rajendra Prasad Circle to commemorate the inaugural visit of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, the first President of India. Standing tall on Mirza Road is the imposing Mysuru City Police Commissioner's Office, a grand structure crowned with a majestic dome. Inaugurated in 2020, its graceful facade comes alive at night, shimmering with brilliant clusters of light. The road itself is named after Sir Mirza Ismail, the visionary Diwan of Mysore from 1926 to 1941. Race Club Road dazzles under glowing archways of yellow light, adding a regal charm to Mysuru's nightscape. Mysore Junction, once part of the historic Mysore State Railway, began its journey with the inauguration of the Mysore-Bangalore meter gauge line in 1881. In 2019, the sculpture Life is a Journey by Arun Yogiraj, featuring 6 lifelike travelers, was installed at its entrance, a tribute to the timeless movement of people, stories, and aspirations. The elegant heritage station building, constructed in the late 1940s, stands as a proud symbol of royal engineering and legacy. Over the decades, the station witnessed gauge conversion, electrification, and modernization, yet it retains its vintage soul. RTO Circle shimmers in a gentle play of orange, green, and purple hues, simple yet striking. At Ramaswamy Circle, the plaque reads, Banavarada Ramaswamy, son of Tammayya, born 13 September 1930, martyred on the same date in 1947. Etched above are symbols of a lion, peacock, and flower, reminders of courage, pride, and sacrifice. It was 1946 at Hardwick High School. Over 1,000 students from Mysuru schools gathered, chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai and Vande Mataram, their hearts ablaze with the dream of freedom. Ramaswamy, a poor but determined student, carried that dream with fierce pride. Shouting for liberty, he stood holding the tricolour. When the Deputy Commissioner Nagarajaya arrived on horseback and ordered him to drop the flag, Ramaswamy refused. Instead, he raised his voice, Vande Mataram. The Deputy Commissioner, in a shocking act, shot him directly in the chest, defying even the British rule of firing below the waist. Ramaswamy collapsed, a martyr at just 16. But his memorial today lies in utter neglect. A young boy's sacrifice, a bullet for a flag, still echoes quietly through Mysuru's streets. Rising 75 feet above Mysuru's vibrant streets stands the Silver Jubilee Clock Tower or Dodda Gadiyara, the big clock tower. Erected in 1927, it was built to commemorate the silver jubilee of Krishnaraja Vadayar IV's reign, a beloved Maharaja who ruled with wisdom and grace. Interestingly, the construction cost was borne by the palace staff themselves, a tribute of loyalty from those who served under him. Located near the Chamraja Circle and the Grand Town Hall, this tower anchors one of the busiest parts of Mysuru. Ashoka Road buzzes out from here, Harsha Road runs parallel along the Park Lane, while Gandhi Square lies just to the north. The tower is an architectural fusion built in the Indo-Saracenic style. It borrows beauty from many traditions. The curving chajja, an overhanging eave supported by finely carved brackets, echoes Rajasthani elegance. The tall double arches and slit windows whisper of early English church design. And at its heart, a large 5-foot clock bearing time in bold Kannada numerals, ticking above the city's rhythm. The Divisional Railway Manager's office in Mysuru is not just an administrative center. It is a building where heritage meets movement, where history still echoes through the arches of rail. The roots of this office trace back to the era of Mysuru State Railway, a proud chapter in princely India's infrastructural development. When Indian Railways restructured in 1951, the Mysore division took its present form under Southern Railway. But even before that, in 1938, the Mysore Railway Workshop was established, a vital engine that continues to power the division's operations to this day. What truly captivates the eye here is the timeless elegance of the building. With vintage colonial architecture, near KR Circle stands the Dufferin Clock Tower or Chikka Gadiyara, Mysuru's little clock tower. Built to commemorate the visit of Lord Dufferin, the Viceroy of India, who came to Mysore in 1886 to strengthen ties with the princely state, this elegant landmark reflects colonial charm in miniature. Sayaji Rao Road, one of the lifelines of Mysuru city, is steeped in history and royal camaraderie. This bustling stretch filled with shops, festivities and cultural vibrance was named after Sayaji Rao Gaikwad III, the Maharaja of Baroda. In 1907, Sayaji Rao Gaikwad visited Mysore as guest of Maharaja Krishnaraja Vadayar IV. The two monarchs were among the most progressive rulers of princely India, sharing a vision for public education, modern infrastructure and social reform. Their bond marked a rare alliance of intellect and leadership across states. To commemorate this historic visit and honor the friendship, the road was renamed Sayaji Rao Road. Historically, this area led to the place, markets, and important administrative quarters. Over the decades, the road evolved into a symbol of Mysuru's bustling urban life. During Dasara, it transforms into a radiant corridor welcoming processions, elephants and tourists alike. Lined with shops, heritage buildings and glowing lights. Founded in 1948 in Mysuru, N. Rangarao and Sons, the makers of the iconic cycle brand, are global pioneers in incense and prayer products. Exporting to 75 countries, they are the world's first certified zero-carbon incense manufacturer. Their building glows with hanging lights and floral elegance this season. Sangolli Rayanna Circle is named after the fearless 19th century freedom fighter and military commander of Kittur, who led a fierce rebellion against British rule following the demise of Rani Chennamma, a symbol of valor and sacrifice. This circle stands as Mysuru's glowing tribute to a legendary warrior of India's early freedom struggle. The Children's Traffic Park, also called SD Park, was built in 1981 by F.K. Irani of Ideal Java to teach kids about road safety in a fun, engaging way. Vishwamanava Park stands as a quiet witness to Mysuru's unfolding story, a blend of heritage, modern strains and festive revival. But it is during Dasara nights that the park transforms. Basavanna Mandapa lights up with fluttering bulbs and vibrant designs, drawing in crowds, children and photographers with its charm. This modest pocket of green, nestled near Gunhouse Circle, once offered calm, shady trees, a statue of Rashtrakavi Kuvempu, and a space for gentle reflection. And yet, beyond the lights lay a silent appeal, a longing to be cared for, remembered. Not just a place to pass by, but to preserve. Let Vishwamanava Park shine again, not only in celebration, but in spirit and stewardship. The Chaupati circle in Vantikopal glistens in layers of light, radiating festive warmth, drawing people into its golden glow. A simple roundabout transformed into a glowing jewel of the neighborhood. Kuvempu Circle in Vantikopal dazzles under maroon and yellow arcs, elegantly arranged, echoing the legacy of the Rashtrakavi, a glowing tribute to the spirit of Mysuru's literary pride. A. Ramanna Circle dazzles with its vintage five-headed street light, while a cascading row of yellow and blue glow descend from above, lending the night a quiet elegance. The Sri Lakshmi Venkataramana Swami Temple in Vantikopal, Mysuru was founded in 1937 by Sri Chikkanna Dasa, guided by a divine dream and the counsel of Sri Sampath Krishna Joyce. He relocated the sacred idols from Tirumala Sagara near Pandavpura. Today, the temple stands as a serene center of devotion and history. Established in 1892 by Maharaja Chamaraja Vadiyar X, Sri Chamarajendra Zoological Gardens is one of India's oldest and finest. During festivities, the zoo's entrance glows in graceful arcs of yellow and colorful lights, welcoming visitors into a legacy where nature and heritage walk hand in hand. Sri Krishna Rajendra Cooperative Bank Limited at N. Madhavrao Circle, popularly Agrahara Circle, is one of the city's oldest financial institutions. Founded in 1919 by Shettappa Siddappa, a visionary merchant, the bank began at a time when modern banking was scarce and has steadily grown for over a century. The circle itself carries layers of history. Its roots trace back to 1821 when Maharani Devajamani established 21 agraharas or settlements west of Mysore fort. Later, the circle was named after Sir N. Madhavrao, Diwan of Mysore and Prime Minister to Maharaja Jai Chamaraja Vadiyar. He guided Mysuru through the food shortages of World War II and oversaw the merging of the Legislative Council and Representative Assembly, leading to the first election of the Mysore Legislative Council in 1941. ये थी हमारी छोटी सी दुनिया, दिल को छू जाने वाली कहानियाँ, कुछ कुर्बानियों की परछाइयाँ जो बसी है हर एक गली, हर एक मोड़ पर। ये शहर सिर्फ इमारतें नहीं, सदियों का प्यार, लोगों का विश्वास और एक साथ जीने की पहचान है। यही तो बनाते हैं हमारी भारत की शहरों को दुनिया से अलग, कुछ खास। This was our little world, stories that touch the heart, shadows of sacrifices that still linger, living in every street, every corner. These cities are not just buildings, they hold centuries of love, people's trust, and a shared spirit of living. That's what makes the cities of our India so unique, so special in the world. बिजली सिर्फ रोशनी नहीं होती, ये अंधकार से जीत का एहसास होती है. Light is not just illumination, it is the feeling of triumph over darkness. शायद दसरा की बिजलियाँ यही सिखाती है, अनजानी अंधकार से लड़ना सीखो. जैसे माँ चामुंडी ने असुर महिषासुर को वध किया था. रोशनी सिर्फ प्रकाश नहीं, सत्य और शक्ति का संकेत है. Perhaps the lights of Dasara teach us this, to rise against the darkness of ignorance, just as goddess Chamundi vanquished the demon Mahishasura. Light is not just brightness, but a symbol of truth and power. हमारा हर अस्तित्व माँ चामुंडी के आशीर्वाद की इबादत है. चाहे राजाओं का शासन हो या संसार का अनुसरण, भगवती और दुर्गा के बिना जीवन कभी पूर्ण नहीं हो सकता. यही तो दुर्गाष्टमी और नवरात्रि का सार है. यही परंपरा विजयनगर के राजाओं से होते हुए वडियार शासकों तक चली आई है. माँ चामुंडी ऊंचाई पर विराजमान होकर सब कुछ संवारती है. जब असुर और राक्षस प्रकट होते हैं, तब वे महिषासुर मर्दिनी बनकर उनका संहार करती है और लोगों की रक्षा करती है. जय हो चामुंडी दुर्गा भगवती, विजया का प्रतीक, शक्ति का आधार और भक्तों की सदा रक्षक. जय चामुंडी, जय दुर्गा, जय भगवती, जय हो शक्ति, जय हो विजयिनी. चामुंडी दुर्गा भगवती की अनंत जय हो.